Back again. So, as we were talking about ground beef and that in the previous video, I'm pretty sure that something's different, something different from all our food. I mean, and that's just the government playing their games while they take because something's gonna happen. It's coming soon because they've been from things that you do see that they try to play off that are true. But the problem is they're starting to load more and more into these hidden caves and that of this food. And and it's not just food, it's everything they're loading up. We're talking about food, we're talking about animals, we're talking about paintings, we're talking about even DNA from animals. Okay? And something's going to happen. Now, let's get off topic. Another topic. Sorry. Another topic is I've seen some videos of supposedly the trumpets sounding in the heavens. Those videos, I'm going to tell you, are false. Because you wouldn't only hear it in periodically different areas, different countries, different states, whatever. The day that them trumpets sound is the day the whole world at the same time hears it. I'm telling you, at the same time. And then the Euphrates River drying up. Well, they speak of that there's fallen angels in there, or there's angels that are gonna, wreak havoc and that. But if that was true, that's the Euphrates River, because you got to remember everything so far has been misconstrued, and that they don't even know where Atlantis is. I mean, come on, you don't know where Atlantis is, Garden of Eden. You don't know a lot of places you don't know, but yet you're claiming are. The only time you know is when you find the physical evidence that is saying this is the tomb of so and so. This is the tomb or pyramids of da 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 da. You understand? And that's the only time they can say for sure. But most of them videos are to scare you. Okay, the real Bible states that the day that everybody stops guessing or saying that the Lord is coming is the day he'll come. So right now we keep guessing and we keep saying this is the day, this is the time, this is when it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's the day that everybody stops. It's the day that everybody quits saying that and moves on to something else. And that's the thing. And that's another thing. I would get right with God, though. If I were you, I would get right with God, because I'm going to tell you, you do not want to be here when revolutions happen. You don't. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be heartbreaking, because you're going to see a lot of things happen and you're going to be a part of it. And it's not great. And those that, lost faith or later on turn to faith after it happens, you're going to be put through all that. And that's basically a test. Like, are you going to stay and remain faithful now? Because you weren't faithful when it was given to you. The option was there before I came. Before I had this happen. You had that option, that choice. So I'm just warning everybody, and it's going to be crazy. I mean, if you really pay attention to Revelations, and it's heartbreaking as is to see the world as it's going the way it is. It really is. All this hatred, all this crime, all this, fighting and violence. The violence is just getting out of control. And that's the problem. You're fighting the wrong people. You're fighting each other. over stupid stuff. Why is that worth so much to you to go out and put your life at risk and go to jail for life and then go in there and cry about it? But then you learn, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, why did I do that? Learn now. That's what I'm telling you, because the best thing to do is to love each other, help each other. That's the whole point God put us here. Don't betray yourself as, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm this and that, but you went and go and you did something awful and now you're sitting in jail. It's not worth it. But back to everything else. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping around. Bigfoot. Let's get on the subject of Bigfoot. Truthfully is, are you even sure that it's... I mean, they got big feet. Yeah, they got big feet. But are you sure that's what it truly is? I mean, because my whole point is, if you see some of the things that you hear about from actual witnesses, it looks more human to me. Sounds more human. Humanoid. I mean, to my best knowledge is they are human. Different kind from back then, maybe, that are still breeding and still around to this day. Because it seems when they go in, I mean, there's people that go in there and they try to find them. And they're in these caves. Well, guess what? Caves can be big and caves can lead deep. And if that's true, why don't you see like a tribe? Like, you know how you see it, you go and you follow something and it leads you to a tribe. Okay, like an ape. An ape will lead you, if you follow an ape to a certain point, it's going to lead you back to the whole group. But no one's been able to follow because they ain't going to let you. I mean, a Bigfoot ain't going to let you. But still, what if you could? What if instead of shooting it with bullets, you shoot it with a tracker? I mean, these government people have these, but yet they're not worried about it, it seems like. But then all of a sudden, black helicopters show up and a secret military shows up. And yes, they do have a secret military. I'm going to tell you that right now. They have everything. They have programs. They have everything. So a lot of the stuff that you watch on TV, of certain things. I just watched a movie called Beekeeper, and it was very interesting because it sounds a lot like a lot of the stuff that goes on. Okay, and it's with Jason Statham. And I'll tell you what, that dude knows what he's doing in them movies. But like I said, these are programs. Now, might not be what they really are called, of course, because it's on TV. You think it's entertainment. I really don't think it's entertainment. Kind of showing what's out there and what's going on. And that's another thing. You hear about, oh, it's just fictional, You also said a lot of things are fairy tales and that when it came to King Arthur, but now you're saying King Arthur was real. You're saying about fairies, but a lot of things are popping up about fairies that are real. Mermaids. A lot of these fishermen, they're actually showing video. And those are not AI. I mean, I've had some of these people that I know that are very good at, detecting and being able to find AI in a lot of videos. That's why I'm telling you, a lot of videos that you see are AI. They're just so good that you really can't tell unless you're really, really paying attention. Like, you would have to rewind, and pay attention to every part of that screen to catch it. And it could be a quick that you miss it because it can be quick. But a lot of this stuff is coming out to be true. I mean, dragons, I could see it. Dinosaurs still being, yes, I could see it. But what you're finding, I don't know. Because I don't believe you're going to find all them kind of fossils if a freaking asteroid came to Earth and smashed in and cause so much destruction. I mean, that's a massive wipeout right there, and fire and all that. What happens to a certain degree of fire? It hits the skin and bone, disintegrate it. So a lot of these things that I'm seeing are just. But you got to understand this too. Like, okay, they won't discover a lot of that ocean. They only discovered a portion of that ocean, and NASA stopped. Why? And then they were worried about changing up, like, oh, let's get off this Earth. Let's find a way off. But here's my problem with that too. Like I said in my other video, nobody, not the Russians, not Chinese, and sure hell not America, went up into space. Never have. Because they didn't have the technology. Okay, for one. For two, why isn't Elon Musk able to? I mean, they showed one rocket, but it was kind of weird, huh? How it penetrated and went out. Was it able to come back, though? I don't know. I didn't see that part. I don't really pay attention to Elon Musk. And there's a reason for that. Just something gives me bad vibes about that guy. He's lied so many times. Because before, in the beginning, he was against AI. Now, all of a sudden, he's for it. It don't add up. If you're against something, you're against something. If you're for something, you're for something. And everything that man creates is AI. And already he's doing a brain implants and stuff and all that. I mean, come on. Could be the sign, you know? I mean, I truly believe he's the Antichrist. I've heard a lot of things about Elon Musk and that just don't make sense. And he just appeared out of nowhere and has all this money. And he's worth more than anybody, apparently. So, and I've never heard of him until later on, you know, all of a sudden he appeared. So, my thoughts on Elon Musk, and he's very close to the tops, man. He's very close. So, I would pay attention to him. Very close attention to him, because I swear up and down I get bad vibes from him. And I swear to God, that man is the Antichrist. So, like I said, I'd be careful. All right. I'll hit you up again on my next videos. And like I said, we'll eventually get back into, you know, where I stay on a topic and not bounce around. But, you know, I'm trying to catch up on everything that I see. I'm hoping I can catch up on all that, and then we can get to sticking to one subject at a time. All right, thanks. Bye.